Hello folks, and this is Enthusiast from the heart of Russia. Welcome. First of all, welcome to my country. And this is my countryside. As you can see, getting here was of a pretty challenge. And since I'm alone here, and a lone jeep, I didn't risk to go any further. And there's much more interesting places out there, but getting there is for free. Getting out is expensive. I have a special guest here today for you to show. You might recognize that immediately upon its look, but you will never tell what it is. You will say it immediately out of your mouth, but you will get mistaken. This is my guest. As you guessed, there's a trick in the name, and it's not the AK-47, although it's the Russian one. It's the original Russian 1960 year built weapon, 1961. It's the year when the famous cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin first flew to space. This is the AKM. It's the later version, it's the modernization of the AK-47. If you're familiar with the guns, you will immediately see the difference, but if you're not, you will only recognize the shape. And the shape is exactly identical to the AK-47, not exactly. There are differences, which I will explain now. In 1959, the AK-47 was already a famous gun, but it became outdated a little bit, and it required a modernization. The Russian army required this. So this creature has been created instead. And the majority of former AK-47s, they went to the rest of the world as a, supplementary help from the Russian communist regime to the others fighting regimes on their way to socialism. As you may imagine, the AK-47s became really available everywhere in the world, and the West met them in combat probably in Vietnam. And it became widely known after Vietnam War, because the rebels in Vietnam bushes, they were holding a deadly lethal weapon, the AK-47. But this is the later version. It has been put to service after 1959, already together with the decommissioning of the AK-47. The first visible difference is the grip. On the AK-47, the grip is always wooden. Here we have a backlight grip. Other changes, they are probably technological, because the AK-47, they were milled out. This one is a stamp. It's made under the heavy press. And many technological processes, they were optimized to support the mass production of this gun. This particular one is in the hands of a civilian, and the Russian legislation allows that. But it has been modified to be the civilian version of the AK-47. It cannot fire a bullet through the barrel. It is blank firing Kalashnikov, and my big toy. You probably can see a steel pin installed into the barrel, so no hard object can go through the barrel canal. It makes it safe to play and a big fun. This little beast is firing blank cartridges, and they look like this. It has no bullet, which is probably the best advantage. I can't harm anyone with this, but I receive the same enjoyment, same satisfaction as I would have received from the real gun. We don't have many ranges to shoot, and getting there is kind of tricky. But this is a toy which is legal, and it supports single action and full auto. As Hickok says, fun switch. It is working here, the fun switch. Single. And the auto. And even I will shoot the camera now. Big fun. I'll keep some cartridges for the rest of the show. This is what the blank firing Kalashnikov is needed for, just for fun. You turn the fun switch on, put the round at the chamber and fire. It produces so much noise that I can't actually bear it. And the shot is like the real, like 7.62 by 39, like the identical one. And if I fire it, oh, that hurts, really hurts. Whew. Now I'm trying to get out of here, getting out of mud. Getting here was tricky, but getting out, I suspect that will be a challenge. Thanks godness, I've got the Land Cruiser. Oh, it's not a camel trophy, but it's certainly a challenge. Whoa! So it doesn't go like on the asphalt, on the hard cover. It's all in the mud, and it goes sideways. And it's like, you know, throwing dirt all over the place, everywhere. Ooh, cool. That was fun, a lot of fun. But I still have something like 5 kilometers to go, like this. Ooh. When you're driving across the Moscow streets, cruising at 80 kilometers an hour, where it is allowed, you don't really understand why do you need a Land Cruiser, why do you need a four-wheel drive. But when you get out of Russia to the Russian outskirts like this one, you immediately understand that that was the right choice to buy one, although it was expensive, but the choice was right, and it's all about the choice. So I'm very happy that I've made this choice, and I'm very happy today that I'm not gonna stay here in this mud and dirt. Safely back on hot soil, but here in the middle of nowhere, between the endless fields, look what I found. It's the War Memorial. In 1941, in December, some 10,000 soldiers died here to prevent Nazis to invade into Moscow. You can still find it here. Oh, look at this one. This one never shot. It's a 7.62 by 54. From the Mosin Nagant rifle. Yeah. Now I shot a bullet. The bullet is still here. It means someone is alive, because this bullet is still here. Unfortunately, many of those killed some of us. We will always remember. We will never forget. This one is a German, the Luger 9mm. 9 by 19. let it rest in peace here. There's so many places like this one in this country. There's little we can do for the dead ones, for our fallen, but we can salute them. In any case, we have to remember the history, and I decided to finish off this video on a good note. I have explained to you about the blank firing Kalashnikov in this video. If you like it, you can subscribe, you can like it or you can dislike, and I really appreciate your comments under the video. And the next lady I will be telling you about is my SKS. This is a civilian version of the SKS, of the famous SKS. It's built in 1954 and it fires this round. It is, as you can see, it is 7.62 by 39, but it is been inflated to 9.6 millimeters. A beast cartridge. So that's going to be in our next video. Stay tuned. Ciao.